Evening, everybody. Welcome to the Critical Dcast pre-Fanime host website going up edition.
Yay, Fanime. I mean, I'm not
yeah,
going.
None of you fuckers are going. It's just me.
Yeah, it's in a fucking different state. Two states
for
over.
you guys,
so...
it's in the right state for me.
I mean, let's be fair. I've been wanting to go to Fanime and Expo for a long time, and I can't. Oh, so, great. We are off to a great start. I think we just lost connection there.
No, we didn't.
Well, I couldn't hear you guys.
Well, we did briefly, but now we're back. My name is Brian Motherfucker Bishop. And tonight, I am your host again. And tonight, I am joined by, as always, Ruben Prado.
Yeah, not go to Fanime.
And Mike Matthews.
Miko, me.
See, here's the thing is, Brian, I mean, we had plans for Fanime, like, rooming stuff in the works for months now. And I always saw we were talking about it, and everyone's, making plans, making room reservations. I'm just like, I hate you all. I want to go, but I can't.
What's happening at Fanime this year?
Well, let me think. There's no line con. Apparently the line to get tickets was only like half an hour. It was pretty sweet, apparently.
All right. Good start.
But what is happening is there's some kind of musical guest that I don't recognize. I'm sure it's going to be kind of cool. There's a Gynax panel, but Gynax hasn't done anything recently, so...
What do you mean? They're doing Maho Shoujo Tyson, man. Those 5-minute magical girl shorts.
I don't care about that. They lost Studio Trigger, so they got nothing that I care about anymore. Mm-hmm. Studio Trigger was love. Studio Trigger is life.
No trigger, no life.
They have the world-famous dealers hall. That's where I'm going to be spending like 70% of my time.
Right.
And money.
And all of my 100% of my money. I don't need food.
You're not going to go buy any like shitty ice cream, like I do. At my conventions.
I'm gonna buy my food on the dealer's hall too. I'm gonna invest in ramune, and I don't know. They probably have some kind of food. Haichu and ramune. That's what I'm gonna be thriving on that entire weekend.
Oh yeah, that is a convention fucking weekend. Just a horrible ass diet.
Yeah. Haichu and ramune.
Do they have any like Burger King around the corner from you guys?
They got a lot of stuff at that, like around near that convention center.
Oh,
we have a tradition at the Ben & Jerry's down the street. We're on the last day on Monday. After everything winds down, we go to the Ben & Jerry's and we order the Vermonster, which is a gallon of ice cream, and we eat it. And we always eat it in like 5 minutes, too.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Ben & Jerry's does that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so did you guys know I worked at Ben & Jerry's senior year of high school?
I had no idea.
Whoa, shit. You worked at Ben & Jerry's?
For 1 year, senior year of high school, yep.
Well,
why?
If there's one person I would imagine that would be BJ's,
because there's a Chipotle next door, and so we could, trade ice cream for burritos for free.
You'd go behind the goddamn alley and just kind of just...
Yeah. But
hey, man, you got the shit?
You got the shit. Like, see my shit first, bro. Let me see the shit first. No. You see your shit first. It's just, a bunch of just... Like, guys, ice cream's melting here. We got to get back inside. We got to get back to the fucking register.
The worst part was, my diet was terrible because of that. I'll be like, okay, guys, we're going to pretend like we have one more employee than we actually do. So I would get 2 burritos. I would eat one for dinner. Then I would save one for lunch the next day at school. Go back to work, rinse and repeat. So I would just have burritos on. And I love Chipotle, don't get me wrong, but I don't eat it very much these days just because I think I burnt out myself in senior year high school. Oh,
here's my question. Why didn't you just work at Chipotle?
Oh, because that's effort.
Yeah, that probably sucks.
I guess that makes some sense.
I want to be surrounded by sweets and ice cream. Ice cream and sweets.
Well, you sound like Stocking from Panty and Stocking.
I mean,
makes sense.
I just whipped up like smoothies and shakes for myself all day, and
we should finish that again. We need to finish that, Ruben.
Yeah, we didn't finish it.
We need to finish that.
Fuck, you guys need to finish that.
I finished it. Ruben has not finished it.
No, they've all seen it, but we were
man,
we were playing a little game to it. Whatever.
Ruben, Brian, did I ever tell you my rule for the end of that anime?
What?
When the anime is over, like when the thing happens in the last episode, just finish your drink.
Really?
That's just that's like a what in the fucking fuck what thing just happened at the end of Penny and Stocking.
It's not fucking anyone.
All right. Well.
All right. So, how you been, Mike? How you been?
Good, I guess. I don't know. Work's busy because we're at the end of the month now. It's time to do some actual work for once.
Oh.
Though I had a really weird experience about a week back, which is my release the D and give me the D.
All right.
All in one, where it was like on a Saturday, and I decided I need some panda. I need some Beijing beef inside me right now. So I went to the Panda at the mall at 5 p.m. on a Saturday. I'm like, well, this mall is fucking crowded as shit. It was a bad idea. So I went to the mall, stood in line, and look at my phone, and I hear, sir, and I look up. This is a lady who's always there when I order there, because only everything I ever get is Beijing beef to go. She's like, sir, I got your order here. Let me ring you up. So I bypassed the entire long line and got rung up and bought my food and left. And when I left, and I'm like, now I don't want to go back because now I'm that guy.
No, I feel the exact same way. Every time like an employee starts to recognize you somewhere, I'm like, well, I can't come back here.
I can't come back here.
To be fair, it was fucking awesome that she had my order right there and it was ready and I could just go. At the same time, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you're cataloging my poor decisions regarding my diet whenever I show up. So
It's like, have your manager let me know when you quit or get fired.
Or just let me know when you're here so I can be here when you're not.
It's kind of even worse for me because I work at Target, and what I do every day that I work at Target is on break I grab a Monster. So my coworkers, like I literally walk up at break, they're like, "Your regular Monster, right?" I'm like, yeah. So for you guys, it's at least somebody else. For me, it's my coworkers. They know my shitty decisions.
Yeah,
Brian, you gotta switch over to NOS, man. That's the real energy drink.
It's really good. I've been drinking NOS for years.
All right. So what's the first order of business, Brian?
All right. Well, let's talk about what we've been playing. Mike, what you been playing?
I'm playing Transistor, which came out yesterday.
What a coincidence. So am I.
And man, that game just kind of throws you in and just says, "Hey, yo, go," and you're like, "What the fuck?" No, it just like, "Go," and that game that's confusing as hell.
It's simple though.
I don't really think it is. Like simple how?
Well, the gameplay's simple enough.
No, the gameplay's simple. It's like no, like the plot and the story and the characters are not. I mean, it is a confident game.
Well, I'm not going to give you any bones about it. I'm not very far into the game. I'm only like an hour into it.
I'm around the same place.
There isn't so much. There's a whole lot in the way of the characters. It's the world around you that builds the characters, essentially.
And it's
you kind of have to want to know more about the characters.
Also, the thing is that like it seems like it has some kind of weird like hub world type thing, but it then kind of just you choose a place to go down and then it kind of blocks out the other spots, and I don't understand how that world works yet.
Yeah,
like with Bastion, it was pretty easy. Like the Bastion is your hub.
Yeah.
And you just go around from there. Here it's like strange and also just it's having hard to grip on who the people are in the story. But I will say I spend a lot of time humming.
The music in that game is fantastic. I think the art design is really good too, but the music in that game
is outstanding. Yeah,
phenomenal.
I mean Bastion is one of the best gaming soundtracks ever,
yeah.
I think.
Build That Wall was an incredible song.
Yeah, Build That Wall, also Setting Sail, the ending credits theme is pretty good.
Yeah.
But no, the thing is just like, with the music, there's always this kind of melody. If you hold L1 or left trigger, your character starts humming along to the melody. And it really just kind of takes that entire thing to a new level in terms of the soundtrack. It's really cool.
I feel like you're discussing like Assassin's Creed 4 again when you're like, these sea shanties just bring this game to a whole new level.
They fucking did, though! They fucking did!
They kind of actually really did, though.
Push a button, and this game gets great.
Yeah! Yeah, pretty much. But
If the
I mean,
sea shanties weren't in that game would not have been nearly as good. Let me put it that way.
it was really good. Just like environmental, made you feel like a fucking pirate. That was really important for that game. But no, for Transistor, just like the game is obviously crafted.
Yeah.
It's an excellent game. The problem is just that right now it's just really obtuse on purpose.
I think it's made up for by the combat, though. The combat in that game is fucking amazing.
I wish they would give you more advice up front of how to play that game.
I don't
Because
think
it literally just says,
mean,
literally just says go.
it's pretty clear to me how you. I mean, it's a lot of experimentation, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an insane amount of experimentation.
It's kind of is because you get all these abilities. You can kind of slide in these four spots, but also these abilities can be sub abilities for other
Yeah,
abilities,
that's fucking awesome.
as well as passive abilities for other abilities that stack. It is extremely deep.
It is really deep, and it's really cool to mess around with.
And I wish they held your hand a little bit more in the beginning, to let you kind of get your legs about you.
I don't think so. I think they do a pretty okay job of that.
I don't think they do at all, but I don't think it will matter in the end. I think it'll all come back together because they are masters of writing.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm 2 hours in. I'm still kind of confused as all hell, but I'm enjoying myself, which is what matters. And also, I'm playing Binary Domain. Like on
Yeah,
Steam,
you mentioned that too.
which is pretty much like Sega's futuristic Metal Gear-esque Gears of War thing.
Metal Gear Gears of War doesn't sound very good to me.
I know, but it's like it's Metal Gear.
You mean you don't want Solid Snake running around with a chainsaw? I don't know what's wrong with you.
No, I mean it's more like a futuristic, like robotic versus people argument, third-person cover-based shooter thing. It's really hard to explain, but
It sounds kind of odd.
it's really endearing. Like there's this one scene that made me just laugh out loud. It was like, these your two guys. I think one's name, I forgot the other one's name, but one is just this big black guy named Big Bo, and he's awesome.
So Coltrane.
Coltrane, right? So you guys get rescued by this backup crew,
So bad.
and when the crew is like this pretty Chinese woman, and Bo is like, "Whoa, get a look at her. She looks familiar, kind of like an actress or something." And the dude was like, "Bo, but the only thing you watch is porns." Oh, you mean with the? I mean, like kind of. Never mind. It's really clever and really endearing, and
That's kind of surprising that they'd actually say that.
yeah, I was surprised too. But it doesn't take itself too seriously, yet somehow able to juggle a like our androids people type plot, and how robotics can take over the world in some respects in the future. It's I don't know. It's grabbed me really hard though, and I'm gonna finish the game.
Nanomachines?
Not nanomachines. The nanomachines are just like just little, robots in your blood to help what was it? I think it like enhances abilities, not make you a robot.
Yeah, that's true. How about you, Ruben? You been playing anything?
God, we haven't casted since I got back from Texas, right?
We have
It's been like 4 weeks.
Okay. So I guess the two big things I've tried out. The first one, well, on my list of PSN Plus free games, I mentioned to you guys once as I started playing Remember Me. And I remember you were talking about it, I believe, in one of our earlier casts.
Yeah, I was. I was talking about how I wished it was a better game because there was potential.
So I'm only like an hour and a half in, and here's the thing: I like the setting, I like the characters, I really like the memory rewriting thing. I think it's really cool and interesting.
Yeah.
The problem is that the battle system is the most basic ass bitch battle system. Okay, you get to unlock
That's
moves.
so right.
You get to unlock moves to create your combos. That's great, but it's just it's like you took Devil May Cry and literally removed everything fun about it, and that's the battle system. And it's just it's just a game that's brought down by its it's fighting, I per se. Like it would be better as just like an adventure puzzle game with a memory rewriting, like a mystery game, you know?
It sounds like a game brought down by the lack of budget, almost.
Not even, because they just like it's like they put something in that didn't need to be there. The whole battle,
They put a lot of work into the game. You can tell.
yeah, like it's a pretty game, and the whole memory sequence thing, like that had to take some production. You know, that's because you're creating like X number of outcomes for any given memory, depending on your combination of changes you do to that memory. So I mean, there's a lot of work. I don't think it's Capcom. You guys said it was Square Enix. It's Capcom. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, I think we eventually came to the conclusion that it was Capcom.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to write off the combat system altogether, though, because I like the idea of creating your own combos.
I do too, but there's only like two things. There's you hurt them. Well, as far as I am, like in the game right now, you hurt them or you heal yourself.
I can tell you because I've dumped about 5 hours into the game.
Uh-huh.
There's more. Like you get this one where it doubles every combo after you finish it. Like if you put it at the end, and then there's another one that increases some other meter and gives you some other abilities. Like I think there's 5 or 6 different things
Types of moves.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's cool. I mean, like I said, I'm only about an hour and a half in, but I was really sucked in by like the setting, the plot, and the whole memory stuff. But I mean, when you're just running along trying to get to your next objective, and then a bunch of little like monkeys come down and try and like whack you, I'm just like, this isn't even fun. Like I just want to go to the next memory and rewrite another memory.
That's almost kind of how I feel like Kingdom Hearts in a bit. Like I just kind of want to go to the next sequence and fuck all you heartless. I'm on a fucking mission here.
Yeah. So that's that. I got a little further in Metro 2, but I've been too busy to finish either games at the moment. Other game.
Really, if you're getting an Xbox One, like you said you might, they're re-releasing Metro again in HD.
Oh, well, I mean, the only reason I'm playing is because it's free on PS.
Wait, isn't already in HD though?
Yeah, but now it's an HRD.
It's an HRD. It's an HRD.
There's a lot more D's in there.
There's a lot of D's going on. There's
a lot more D's in there.
50 D's.
But other game I tried out with a friend. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it's from the creators of Castle Crashers called Battle Block Theater.
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it.
I've not
I don't know
played it
anything
before.
about it.
Yeah.
That game is fun. It's a platformer, and you can play single player, or it changes levels for co-op, and then you can play it to 4 players, like a versus mode. But it's an Xbox Live Arcade game for $15. My friend got it, and we were playing it, and we just ended up playing it for like 3 hours. Like we weren't planning on playing it for that long, but it was really fun. It's a platformer, and you try and get, as far as we are, you just collect the crystals and stuff on the level, and then get to the end. But you have various ways of getting places. But the interactions between you and whoever you're co-oping with is a lot of fun. The art's really funny. The setting's really funny. You're on a boat, and you get stranded on this like island, and then you find this like prison, and everyone becomes like imprisoned by these cat people. And all the cutscenes are done with stick puppets, and the narrator, the way he talks is really funny, and you get betrayed by a guy named Hattie Haddington. He wears a big hat.
All right.
So it's actually a really fun game. I had a lot of fun. We're gonna definitely beat it. But I mean, it's a fun platformer, and platformers can be fun, especially this one.
What consoles are it on?
It's on we have it on 360. I don't know if it's on PS3 or not. But the aesthetics are just really funny. The little customizations you can make to your character are really funny.
I might have to check that out.
You should check it out. I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, and I turned 23 last week.
Oh yeah.
I'm fucking
Look at that.
old now. I had a party on
the
the Friday. Began drinking at noon.
Well, I mean, if you're turning 23, what else are you gonna do with your life, really?
And like people showed up around 5, and then I bought a DOS boot off Amazon for $30.
Yeah, you mentioned that too.
And we played King's Cup, and the game ended within about what, Ruben, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, about 15 minutes. The problem is like, oh god, that boot just like, what was in that boot was not going to leave
I mean,
the
it was
boot.
great.
It's not meant to
It-
be in a boot.
No,
It was like no, it was great. Ruben didn't think it was great. It was like ginger ale, spiced rum, chocolate vodka.
no, it's because you're like, you told Jenkins, you're like, yo, you can just put whatever you want into it. You drew the king. So he takes the Malibu rum bottle and literally just starts pouring it in there. I'm like, whoa, 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 no. Stop. So then I'm like, okay, hold on, we need to dilute this. So I go grab a can of Sprite, ginger ale, and Pepsi and just start dumping them all in.
I told you not to do that.
But I did anyways.
I wanted it fresh. Yeah,
This
and
all
the thing,
sounds like a very bad idea that you're playing this game very wrong.
and the thing is, like Matt won, but since he was driving, I took the hit and I drank the boot.
Okay, no, Mike. Literally 5 people at that table, if they had won, you were going to drink the boot. And the problem is, no human can drink what was in that boot quick enough for us to play another game of King's
Right.
Cup.
So we played beer pong, and I just drank the boot the entire night. To be fair,
That
me
is
and Matt
perfect.
went 3-0. We like the Matt Matthews connection went 3-0 that night, and then I passed out around 11:30.
Yeah, me and Samantha played rum and vodka pong against, I don't remember, but people.
It was me and Matt.
Played against some fucking one. I don't.
Oh yeah, it was you and Matt, that's right.
He played Bailey's pong.
You played
That is
Bailey's.
the best idea. God damn it! Why was I?
But anyways, Mike,
Yeah, man, I passed out around what 11:30, and I woke up, and Ruben was on a couch where I was gone,
yeah.
and Skyfall was going. And
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck out.
There was no way I was driving home that night.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I plan to have another party next weekend where we have a problem of fuckers watching YouTube during parties. And
Yeah.
here to th-
hold on, wait, Mike, save it for release the D. Just save the YouTube rage.
Save your D.
okay, all right.
But I want to say, Mike, real quick before I think we should move on. We can talk about you releasing your D later on this party.
Let me
but
just
that-
mention real quick what I was playing. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck
Wait,
you.
yeah, I just want to say, Mike, being
Okay.
23 is the best age. Okay, go on.
Yeah, okay.
Well, all right. I got my best years ahead of me, I guess. I played Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. That game is bad. It's a bad game. I mean, if you want more details about it, you can read the GameStop grift about it. But I mean, I like to think of myself as a Gundam watcher. I've seen a fair amount of Gundam. That fucking story makes no sense at all. Like, not even close to sense. They just spout names and buzzwords more than somebody like me when I want to work in Silicon Valley. They're just throwing like the word new type around and like I have no idea
They
what's
say
going on.
seed a lot.
They say a lot of things. I don't think I've heard them say seed yet.
Here, I'm
like
gonna
one
pull up
character.
your article, actually, Brian. Let's pull up that.
Please do. And
Yeah.
like, there's some deep ass customization in that game, but it doesn't matter because it's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Right.
And you're just going to be pressing buttons anyway that lead to some outcome.
Usually the square button, typically.
No, you can hit the square button up to 6 times. That'll happen. And then you can hit the square button some amount, and then hit the triangle button, and that'll do something. And that's really it. And
Which is kind of par for the course for Dynasty Warriors games.
yeah, and I mean, as a game for me and my friend Matt to sit down and play it as a co-op game, you know what? I can't complain too much. It's still fun if you like Dynasty Warriors, which I'm okay with. But I mean, it's definitely not great. And I also been playing The Elder Scrolls Online a little bit, but I've kind of fallen off on that because that game just isn't very good.
Not surprised.
I'm not surprised at all.
There's potential in it. There is. I'm sure, like,
When it
6
becomes
months-
free, it'll be fine.
6 months down the line, when it goes free to play, the game will definitely be worth playing. But right
then-
now, it's definitely not.
Then they'll all move on and play WildStar instead.
No.
I don't trust WildStar.
We can talk about that game quickly when you're done with what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then, I mean, the only things else I'm playing is I got the DLC for Titanfall, so I've been playing that.
How is that? I'm considering buying that.
They're cool maps. I mean, it's only like 3 maps for $10, but they're cool. Like, they're all in the jungle and they're all like excavations and stuff. And there's really cool stuff to
Do
like
you
jump
do
around
you
on.
kind of like Attack on Titan, just dash from tree to tree?
Kind of. Yeah,
Because I've been
actually.
down with that.
Attack on Titanfall.
Did
Oh, that'd be a fucking awesome mod. Think about that.
It's actually a
Think about
really
that.
cool mod.
Ah, God.
yeah, that would be really cool, wouldn't it? And only doable for PC.
Oh God. That'd be.
What else? Let me-
God, no, everything sucks now. Fuck.
I know Pearl is not as good without Attack on Titanfall.
Exactly. God. And it writes itself. Attack on Titanfall. It writes itself.
It
Oh,
literally
God.
did write itself.
Oh, I hate my imagination.
Other than that, I haven't been playing much. I mean, on Tuesday I'm going to be playing Watch Dogs. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. For me, it's like either I'm gonna buy it on PC or PS4, and like early rumblings that PC is far and away the better performing one for Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks a lot nicer on PC. That's pretty clear.
So
Well,
if I buy it there,
So I have this article up about that actually, and it's
Yeah.
okay. So it says Jonathan Moore and creative for Watch Dogs revealed that the game on the current gen console should look as good as it runs on a PC that uses high settings. That's good news for people who opt for an Xbox One or PS4 version of the game, but it's better news with PC players. It seems that the game will also offer an ultra setting. I think they wrote that wrong. He's trying to say, but there is better news for the PC players. The game will offer an ultra setting because this paragraph doesn't actually make sense for those who have the hardware to back it up. And I guess the game is going to have a 900p resolution on the PS4 and 792p on Xbox One. So, going to that Kinect thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
So if they remove the Kinect and they get that, what, the 10%, where's that thing? The 10%.
I don't know if it'll happen right away, but I know it'll be happening in the future probably.
I mean,
What I imagine will happen is games that developers will be able to make will say like, remove the Kinect now, and then it will be able to run better. I don't know if it'll happen with Watch Dogs per se.
the
No,
thing
probably
is,
not.
I'm more concerned about frame rate than resolution overall.
I understand that the frame rates for all versions of the game are fine. Like they're all at however many frames per second.
I want 60. That's the thing, though.
Well, it's all
doesn't
dependent on your
matter.
hardware.
Yeah, I want 50 to 60.
I mean, what are you getting it on, Mike?
If Watch Dogs runs at 30 on PS4, I'm probably gonna buy it on PC.
I don't remember what the frame rate is. Okay, I am of the school of thought that at past 42 frames per second it doesn't matter. It just doesn't, because your eyes can't see past 42 frames per second. That is like a physical thing.
I can see 30 though.
30's, yeah, whatever. But I mean,
Yeah. 30 looks like you're watching it through a camcorder.
but once you get up to like 45 frames per second, anything beyond that is just unnecessary.
True, but if I can't get to 45 on console, I will get it on PC. I need my 40s, bro.
Unfortunately,
I need that fix.
unfortunately, this article doesn't mention anything about frame rate.
Why don't I look for that?
But I mean, the thing is, Mike, is that now that you have a PS4, you should be just getting games for it solely because of the fact that you just bought a goddamn PS4.
Well, I've done that already.
Right.
But if I can get a game that runs better on a certain platform, I will do that.
Well,
I say just get it. I mean, I'm getting it on Xbox One, just because I want more games for my Xbox One. It's that simple for me. But
Like, if there was some kind of weird, like, dumb-ass local multiplayer type shit, I'd buy it on PS4. But since it's more of a single-player experience, I don't mind buying it on PC.
there is some multiplayer in it.
But it's not,
I think-
but not like local.
No, not local.
So it doesn't really matter.
Local multiplayer is dead.
Well, no, me and the guys played this really cool mode on Rayman Legends called Kung Foot, and that was pretty awesome.
Well, Rayman Legends is a game that you have to get on console.
I think Rayman is also on Steam, though, I think.
Oh, it is on Steam. I'm just saying you have to get it on console for that sweet ass local co-op.
Yeah.
Brian, somewhere in the distance, I can hear the quiet wails of PC Master Race.
God, that phrase sends shivers down my spine. unadulterated rage.
I think I see torches out. People with pickaxes and forks are coming.
Does
They're
that
coming
make,
here now.
Does that make me the Frankenstein?
Guys, we are here.
monster?
I see they have tar and feathers. Need to roll.
We need to...
Anyway, I looked it up. Polygon had an article. Watch Dogs will be running at 30 frames per second on PS4 and Xbox.
Well, okie doke. PC it is.
Now, okay, this article says, for those who want to run this game on ultra settings, need a quote-unquote monster of a PC equipped
Bullshit.
with a i7, 6 gigs of RAM, and GeForce 780 GTX. Now, let's look at this a year ago. That would probably be about $1,000 of a PC.
Right.
Today, that's $600-700 maybe. Like, that's my PC, and I've had my PC for like about 2 years, a little less than 2 years now at its current configuration. And it's you know, it's not that expensive anymore.
It run fine. My only concern is my CPU. It's not really all that great. But apart from that, I have everything necessary to run that shit pretty high. So.
Well, let's hope this game isn't PSO2, which is just basically CPU the game.
PSO2 really runs well on my computer though, so I don't think that's not a problem.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I'm looking forward to Watch Dogs. I think it's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
From what I saw at E3, it's really cool.
I don't think it'll live up to the crazy hype it had before.
No, I don't think it will either.
I just don't see it.
I think it'll be a very good game, but I don't think it's going to be like genre defining or anything.
Yeah, it's like I think it has top 5 potential, but I think it'll be. I don't think it'll be the game of the year though.
Yeah. That spot I think will be. Well, it was
So
reserved.
I'm kind of curious. It's like we're 5 months into the year. What do you guys game of the year so far?
So far?
Yeah, because mine's probably still Titanfall.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Titanfall still. There's no games that came out earlier this year that I'm still playing other than Titanfall.
Let's be clear. Titanfall is far from perfect.
No, it's not
Far from
perfect.
it, but it's still the most fun I've had playing a shooter in probably the past.
It's the most fun I've had
6,
playing
7
shooters
years?
since ever.
Yeah,
I don't like shooters, and I love Titanfall.
Almost, yeah. Like it's been about 7 years since I've had that much fun playing shooter. So, also South Park's in the discussion.
South Park is definitely in discussion.
I'm sure that Transistor will be in that discussion as well, at some point.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but also fuck all that Far Cry 4.
Yeah, they announced that.
Well,
That
seeing
happened.
how I've literally not purchased, actually, or played, probably just purchased any American game that has come out this year, I cannot add to this.
You played hours of Titanfall at my place.
Yeah, I've not purchased a game and that played it long enough for me. Literally, the only game that has come out this year that I have bought is Project Diva F2.
Wow.
Every other game I'm playing is just stuff from 4 years ago because that's what I'm trying to catch up on still.
Here's a new Earth. Yeah, here we go.
Oh God, I have not played a MOBA since October, and I am proud to say that.
I'll play with you.
I feel like I'm a better person for having not played a MOBA since that long.
It's really relieving, I used to play MOBAs really competitively, and every night I would play hours and hours and hours, and now I just do other things. I find myself like, I can get a lot done now.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Let's get back in there. They have
You
the
sound
Stanley
like a
Parable.
drug. You
Have the
sound like a
Stanley Parable?
drug-addicted asshole, Mike. Just like
They have the Stanley Parable announcer in Dota 2 now.
I know it's
Do it, bro.
it's tempting, but I don't think I'm gonna do it.
I'll buy
they
you
got
the
this new
announcer.
strain of heroin. You gotta get back in on it.
Bro, I'll buy you the announcer. Okay, I'll do it for you. Come on.
I still have to reinstall the game. Anywho,
It's like
Yeah.
6 gigs up front. It's not that much.
no. Anyways,
Let's move on. Let's move on to release the D.
well,
Mike, you definitely have something to complain about. So,
Um,
what are you gonna be releasing?
Yeah, so apart from my DOS boot drinking Madden Matthews connection Wahey party, I've developed this theory, which I think is correct 90% of the time, which I call Mike's Law. And Mike's Law is when YouTube shows up, the party's over. Agree or
Really?
disagree?
All right. Explain.
Typically, in my experience, parties rocking, we got music, people's talking, do stuff, doing whatever. Then as the party winds down, it's kind of like we're odd thing to talk about, I guess. So let's put on YouTube and look at some dumb shit.
I will be right back. Keep talking.
I I can see that. Now that I think about it, that does tend to slow a party right down.
Right down. Because then, like, no one's really, talking. No one's talking about any cool shit. We're just, like, sitting there watching some dumbass shit. Now I'm like, I kind of want to get back to like, the actual party part. Because I don't think you can really have a YouTube party all that much. I mean, there are exceptions. Like, remember that one night we perused YouTube for old '90s cartoons and drank.
Oh God, no! That made the party. That was the party.
Right. That is the exception, not the rule.
That got me drunk enough to start talking about my life. So yeah, that's
that
the
was.
party.
I mean, that was rocking. Again, like me and the rest of the guys, we watched Penny Stocking on YouTube, and that was great. But for the most part, when YouTube comes out, that's party's over.
I think for YouTube to work in the context of a party, you have to go into it with a plan. Like, we're going to be watching.
I want to show this one thing. Okay, so I was drunk around like 8 p.m.
Clearly,
I was drinking that. That boot was great, by the way. I'll drink it again too. I'm gonna call that boot drink the chocolate boot surprise. It was pretty good. But as I got drunker and drunker, I noticed that because I had my laptop hooked up to the TV playing iTunes Radio, and at some point YouTube came up, and the party just kind of stopped. I mean, I was playing beer pong, so I really couldn't. I wasn't in the thick of it. But the party stopped when YouTube showed up. Like, Ruben, you were around, right? Did that happen?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say yes. Whatever you said. Yes. What'd you say?
When they were watching YouTube, didn't that party just kind of halt?
Well, like, okay, I don't know when the YouTube started because, like, I remember YouTube. I'm sorry. I remember. That's the important word there. Right. YouTube starting after you had already crashed.
Oh yeah, I was gone.
So, I think at that point it was pretty much over already. But the fact that like half the party left, which was the worst part.
Yeah.
Like kind of led to people just like, well, sorry, people, but certain individuals going on YouTube, and then it was no chance of recovering.
and the next morning, after Ruben left, I looked at my history on the laptop.
Yeah.
From 8 p.m. to midnight, these fuckers looked at like 15 different versions of Frozen's Let It Go.
Really?
For fucking 4 hours. Different translated version of Frozen Let It Go, and I'm like, we could have had a party during that time.
Well,
you could have played another game of King's Cup around my passed out body. Would have been fine.
Mike, the real issue is finding enough people who are able, willing, and planning to drink, and right. B, able, willing, and planning to drink enough that they'll just like be able, willing, and planning to crash somewhere in your house. I mean, that sofa.
I'm trying to do that next weekend.
Your sofa holds like 2. Okay, sorry. With me on it, 2. Without me on it, 3 people. You have enough pillows.
My bed can hold about 3 or 4 if it comes to that.
You have enough pillows on that sofa to make 2 beds.
Yeah.
And Matt apparently doesn't need a bed.
No, Matt needs a floor and Tenga stack on the stick.
That's
that point.
That's his Asian self just sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, it's just like.
And you have a bench, assuming someone has enough, fortitude while asleep to not fall off.
And the thing is that my plan next time is I'm going to hide that goddamn HDMI adapter. Just hide it somewhere, and just hook the speakers from my computer up to the laptop and go from there. That way, YouTube is less appealing.
But you need to make sure to invite people. Like, it's not going to be easy. I mean, if you can do it, kudos to you. But finding enough people that are actually going to just drink their ass off.
I have Daryl and Frederick down, so we have 2.
Because, I mean, Larissa's cool, and the other chick was cool, and the other chick was cool, and I can't remember their names.
But
they're like, I gotta leave at like 10. I'm like, well,
it's
not going to happen.
Brother had to go Christina had to go. Matt had to work. Jenkins had to work. Yeah, it was just bad timing all around. Maybe next weekend will be a lot better.
Either way.
Because we're doing it the shit. For real.
Yeah.
But yeah,
When I think
my-
of YouTube at a party, I can't help but think of that one time that we stumbled on the Fuzzy Tomatoes video.
that was
possibly the best moment of my
YouTube
life.
via a dumbass Facebook game I made up.
Yeah, but that was the best.
That was magical. I mean, that was probably the hardest ever. We laughed probably all year.
Easily.
We laughed so loud, security came by.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a moment in time that'll last forever. But that is the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, there are many times where it's like, I'm at a party someplace and I'm like, oh, YouTube's on. Oh, I should get going now. Away from this.
You know what was fun though? Was that one party where we played the 7 whatever's the Kevin Bacon?
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
That was a Super Bowl party.
That's fun.
That
include YouTube.
That party was awesome before the game started. And the game started.
We could like make bets on it, and whoever loses has a drink.
Well, as you guys saw, I have those new Cards and Humanities cards.
Yeah.
And we can play the game where after each play, we vote on the worst card, and that person drinks.
Right.
Which will happen.
Right.
Also, it's going to.
That should happen. Anyways,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Bottom line, Mike's Law, it's right all the time. Fuck YouTube at parties.
Well, it isn't right all the time. We established that.
It's right 95.6% of the time.
Yeah, I can agree to that. All right, you got to release a date on anything, Ruben?
My release. Okay, so oh god, so this relates to our new website, the criticald.com. Now, my release the D, I'm going to be writing an article about music. Now, I should have written it by now, but every time I sit down and look at the website, my programming urge comes out, and I want to do something new to the site, and then I get caught up in 5,000 lines of code.
Is that the new 50 Shades of Grey book?
It is.
How's it go? It's just the entire porn scene and just ones and zeros.
I plan on writing a pretty lengthy article just on music and the way that a lot of popular like music in this day and age is composed and how it really bugs me, and why people just buy into it even though it's not music. I'm not going to talk about it right now though. You can go on, Brian.
I'm trying to think of something I want to release the D on. I think I'm going to have to give it to just GameStop in general. For one, having a system that's just so easy for me to abuse. So easy for me to abuse.
It's ridiculous and it's awesome.
I mean, I appreciate it, but at the same time, it's like, what am I doing with my life? A lot of people complain about the fact that, buying used games are ruining the industry, and you know what? I can kind of see where they're coming from. But am I really, if I'm just spending the same $30 on their entire store?
Right.
That's... I don't know. I mean, GameStop in general just kind of pisses me off.
You think like someone was like, hey, someone could exploit this like really, really easily, and be able to play like $500 worth of games for $30.
Yeah.
Like, if you spend $30 at that store and you don't plan on playing any given game for more than a week, you can literally go through like half of that store at least.
Right. And I love that this fucking still exists, but as a business guy, I'm like, the fuck?
I think they should probably just have a rental system. I think they should just incorporate that. Like, when you buy our new GameStop bullshit card 2014, you get you can rent games from GameStop instead of having to abuse our goddamn returns.
When you pre-order this game, you can also rent this game.
Pre-orders.
Man,
All right.
I had a really weird engagement with GameStop in pre-orders once, where
How was that?
I was buying the last ever NCAA football game. the day it came out.
Yeah.
And I went to the guy and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy this." And he's like, "Do you pre-order it?" I'm like, "No." And he looked at me like legitimately confused, saying, "Why not?" And I just said I was busy. But I wanted to say it was like, bro, look, you're a fucking game store. This is like the second most popular sports game of the year. If you don't have it, I'll go across to the Best Buy and they'll have it. They don't have it, I'll go across to fucking Target and they'll have it. And if they don't have it, go across to fucking Walmart and they'll have it. So I need to fucking pre-order your goddamn game.
And at what point do you lose faith in humanity?
What do you mean?
Because you keep saying they'll have it and they won't have it.
Then I just quit games forever.
Oh, okay. It's that easy,
just-
huh?
But no, I mean,
Video
like,
game.
there's like, unless a game's like super niche, there is like zero reason to pre-order a game ever.
Okay, and you're right. Actually, you're right. But God, so many times I don't know if GameStop is lying to me, but I'll walk in and be like, "Oh, I didn't know this game was coming out." Truth is, I was just too lazy to pre-order it. I'm like, "Yeah, I just want to pick up this new game that came out." They're like, "Let me check if I have any left." I'm like, "What? This is like a." Isn't this game like the biggest thing to hit like since sliced bread, and you might have one copy left?
Let me see if I have
Like-
any of these copies of Madden here. No. Only get like a few in per every time.
No, I don't think we have any Madden.
No, I think we're
I
all
think we
Call
got
of
like
Duties
500
here.
copies in. But...
No more Call of Duties.
And I mean, is that game stores just being
Sir,
like,
you're
well,
wearing a vest made of Call of Duty games. What are you talking about? Your vest is made
Literally,
of Call of Duty boxes.
Your
Yeah.
vest is literally made of Call of Duty and Mountain Dew.
Right. You just pull it off and give one to me.
but I mean, is reservation? I mean, pre-orders are huge. Look at all the bonuses you get from pre-orders these days.
God,
Developers.
have you seen the Watch Dogs one?
No, but let me
Holy
continue. Like you get pre-order bonuses. Every commercial says pre-order now. The GameStops, you go in. Would you like to pre-order this? And they just use it as an
You
excuse.
say no.
They use it as an excuse not to order more than they need, so they never actually lose money on any of these games that come out. Oh, we don't want to buy an extra 5 copies because they never sell. That's $300 that we just lost out right there. It's like, it's so scumbag. And so now us, the consumer, I have to essentially go buy the game twice. First time to pre-order it, second time to get it.
Or do what I do and not.
Yeah,
Or
I
if they don't have it,
on
walk across the
pre-ordering.
street to the Best Buy, and I can guarantee you they'll have it.
Yeah.
There was one exception, and that was for me Bravely Default. Like, I didn't think I needed to pre-order Bravely Default. I thought they'd have enough copies. I went to like 8 different stores, Best Buys, GameStops, and none of them had a copy. I found like
Yeah,
one
but-
remaining copy at a GameStop in like San Jose, California.
Yeah, that's the exception with like niche games that come out like that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that game to be that popular, but it was that popular.
Yeah, I had to go to a 3 GameStop to find it. So
But it's really sad. I mean, it's smart. Like you said, GameStop's dumb because of their GameStop grift thing. But at the same time, they're smart because they don't need to lose money on ordering too much product if they just make everyone pre-order their shit.
And that's like, I don't know if you've seen this, but Watch Dogs has like 7 different special editions with different stuff in it, and like to get all of the items you need to blow like $1,000 on Watch Dogs games. And that's a real thing.
that's a
And,
lot
like
more
every
money than
different
$50.
store has like different pre-order bonuses. It's literally the worst thing.
Come get your Target cell phone. Lets you get Target credits instead of actual game credits.
Oh.
You can use to go to our Target website and buy scale.
And buy the Watch Dogs DLC, watch your dogs.
By the way,
Yeah, so just GameStop in general just pisses me off. It's such
That's
a
why
scumbag
I just
company.
push it on Amazon or Steam, honestly.
yeah, but I don't want to wait for a game to get shipped to me.
Also
My
now,
internet's too crappy to download games.
but also with PS4, almost every single game comes out is on PSN's network from day one.
Yeah, thank you God. And I mean, that thing has what, like 500 gigabytes of space or something like that?
Yeah, the problem is it takes about like 8 hours to download.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or in the case of my house, around, I don't know, like 30 hours. Yeah, that's it.
So your game will be done downloading anytime between tomorrow and Thanksgiving. All right.
So Steam's pretty fast though, so Steam isn't a problem.
Let's go
No,
Steam. God, they just have all the money.
Yeah. Though I did order Wolfenstein new order from Dell because they would have given me a $25 gift card for buying it from them.
Speaking of which, when did Halo 4 come out?
Last year?
November?
No, the year before last. The year before last.
November 2012. So I have a $30 gift card from the Microsoft Store since November 2012. And I have yet to find a use for it, but I think buying one of these sweet new Kinect-less Xbox Ones will be it.
Really? Well, yeah. You know, they announced Halo 5 and Halos 1 through 4 Part 2.
Now,
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that shit.
I quickly mentioned earlier about the 10% power thing that they're going to try and increase. But they have this comparison image on the site I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
And it just shows a comparison. I don't know what game this is, but it's just some image, PS4, Xbox One, and how the Xbox One looks a little fuzzier. Now, let's not say it's a downgrade in graphics. Let's say it's extra anti-aliasing to make it sound good. But I mean, they're talking about here how Microsoft, also recently the big news that a lot of Xbox owners are very happy about is the whole Netflix and
I'm
Hulu
excited
thing
about that. I really
not
am.
needing gold, which I agree with this site. They should have done that when they announced the Xbox One. That should have been their one of their big pulls. But they want to try and allow developers to use the extra 10% of processing power toward the graphics of future games for the Kinect-less console.
Right.
Now, I would love to play Just Dance, but not for $100 extra bucks. So I'm gonna get one of these Kinect-less Xboxes. It also helped. I think I told you guys about that trailer for the Murdered
Soul Suspect.
Soul Suspect game.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for that. Oh my god, it's everything. It's almost like Heavy Rain again.
Oh,
I
no.
saw the demo for it at E3, and I thought it was only okay, but I mean, it could definitely have changed a lot since
Well, I
a
just
year
think
ago.
the idea is really interesting behind it.
Who's making that game?
It's Square Enix.
Okay, let me see. I wonder if that might show up as a demo for one of the.
Well, there was like an hour-long gameplay demo, or no, like how long was it? It was like 30-minute long gameplay demo or something.
Oh, what?
I-
Gameshowers.com.
I watched a decent amount of it, and then I just wanted to play the game, so I quit. But
I'll check it out later.
I think between that and Halo 5, I think I'm leaning. I was leaning toward the PS4. I think I'm more closer to the bone now.
Well, Halo 5 is coming out next winter.
Yeah.
Well,
Not this year.
I know.
Well, this year we're getting We're getting the HD remakes of Halo 1 through 4.
Yay.
Yeah.
In one
I mean,
collection.
I love
Can't even
Halo, but I'm not.
That's a lot
Gonna,
to wait
I'm not
for a
going to get
long
that. But I mean, Division is coming out for both consoles, right?
Yeah, it is.
Destiny's coming out for both consoles.
Yes, it is.
So, I just don't. I just want an Xbox.
I was actually looking at Ubisoft's lineup for this year, and the game that has me most excited is actually The Crew.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's the racing game where it's the
Yeah.
Oh,
open
right.
in the US.
Yeah.
Or for a multiplayer racing game thing, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the
I,
one? No.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, Mike, is that the one that you linked the video with, like the side-by-side car racing comparison where they had a real car and a
No,
video
that
game
was
car?
that was different. That was a different.
Yeah,
game.
that was a car game, wasn't it? Or
I don't know. But all I know is that was fucking nuts though.
Yeah, I don't know what platform that's for, but holy
I think it's for
Christ.
it's PC.
PC.
It's PC.
PC.
Let's be fair.
No console right now can run that kind of shit.
No, like I've seen that game. That game is absolute bonkers.
Yeah, I think my favorite game right now, Far Cry 3, is the game for me. I think
What, Far Cry 4?
Far Cry 4. Yeah, sorry, both games are great. I hope, but yeah,
Has
because
that been...
first off, that dude's haircut is excellent.
He looks like Snowden. I'm pretty sure Edward Snowden is the bad guy in that game.
Of course he would be.
Just put glasses on that guy, and let's see.
So hold on. Okay, so the bad guy for Far Cry 4 is going to be Edward Snowden, and the bad guy for Far Cry 5 will be Donald Sterling.
Please, oh God.
And
please.
it'll be set in Africa.
Oh, if fucking Far Cry 5 is set in
Don't
like
let any black
downtown
people in my
LA.
country.
Oh god. Did you see the apology video?
No, it was worse.
It was
Oh.
so half-assed. It's so half-assed.
Oh!
It was like, well, sometimes, I didn't mean that, but also fuck Magic Johnson, fuck that for getting AIDS. He deserved it. It's just, it was like the most like backhanded apology I ever heard in my life.
I couldn't believe that he would even like you already paid your fine or whatever, and you already lost everything. Just let it. Don't piss everyone off more by doing some.
He actually did sue the NBA now, so now they're gonna have to go to do some stuff.
Oh really?
That brings up a pretty big ethical thing for me. Like all of this happened in his house. Like this wasn't like a public thing.
No, it was
really
this 80-year-old man, his 25-year-old girlfriend recorded him saying some bad shit, and then leaked it to the press, which admittedly is fucked up. At the same time, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, fuck that guy.
First time he's like done this shit. This is like multiple times.
Yeah. Anyways, Far Cry 4 is coming out for all three consoles.
Yeah, I think it's for everything. Is it for everything?
To mine.
Or it's just next gen?
Sorry, platforms, because a PC's not a console; it's a platform.
It's a platform.
Sorry.
Let me see if it shows what platforms is coming out on.
Oh god, have you guys been paying attention to the whole controversy with Far Cry 4 box art?
No.
I vaguely, because I'm like, fuck, whatever. I don't give a fuck. That's dumb.
Do you have a link for me?
Hold on. I'm actually looking at the article right now. Let me post it to the chat.
It's just
It's
like
it's
the cover of the game has Edward Snowden sitting on like a religious statue that's been broken, and he's got his hand like subjugating like one of the locals in the area, and
it's awesome. It's a really stylish box art, and we kind of tells us what the game's going to be all about.
it does give you an idea. What's weird is, or what people are calling racist, is the fact that
Well, is like Brian like dying here?
why? What?
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit.
Your voice keeps like cutting out. Yeah.
No, that's weird. What's causing all the controversy is the fact that a lot of people are calling the game racist just because of this box art, which is very good box art. And we don't even know what the game is about yet. So, I don't know how a lot of people are able to get away with calling this racist.
Oh my god! Oh my
What?
god!
What?
Okay, are you looking at the article, Brian?
Which?
The Far Cry 4 one, the one that Mike just linked.
No, let me take a look at it.
Okay, Mike, remember what I told you about those enlarged quote blocks that I said
Oh,
I will never,
that one.
ever,
Oh.
ever, ever,
I got
ever
you.
allow. This is the shit I'm talking about. Oh my god. It's just like
Yeah,
he's
it
just
is
like
like
slapping his
it's like
large
masturbating your own article.
dick just right on the internet and just stroking it in our
Yeah,
face.
okay,
Oh
yeah,
my god.
We will not do any of that.
Oh. Stop it, please.
Oh god, those, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing: box art controversy is retarded.
It is.
Do you remember the controversy around the original Borderlands box art?
No.
Yeah,
Guy
I do.
shooting himself in the head with his fingers,
I remember that.
and how that's so dumb looking back at it now.
I think my main problem with the controversy behind the Far Cry 4 stuff is the fact that we don't like this game could very well be about a dick-ass dictator taking over a place and subjugating the locals, and that comes across in this box art well.
God, hold on, Brian. What the hell? Are you speaking into like a headset or your like laptop mic or what?
My laptop mic is a headset.
I think that mic sucks hard. Or something.
Oh, it's automatically adjusting. That should be better.
Oh, please, yeah, get that off there.
Yeah, I fixed it.
All right, cool.
Better.
I think the big problem with the Far Cry 4 thing is that this box art could very well reflect the ideas of the game, where we have a ruthless dictator subjugating locals from the area. But people aren't looking beyond what just like the foretext of it is, and they're just like, oh, it's fucking racist. And
That guy looks like he just came out of a club in France.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned something about that in my Far Cry 4 article that I did, but yeah, that's what he looks like.
That fucking dye job in that suit. God. Reminds me. Remember when we went dancing for that girl's birthday once and went off up to that second floor and we saw the legendary Dr. Leisure suit?
Oh God, Dr. Leisure Suit, that was the
Oh.
best.
This
This
I
guy's
get shades here.
this guy's 1970s Dr. Leisure Suit.
Uh,
I mean, like it literally looks like he just got out of a club in Ibiza and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's go to the mountains and subjugate the people."
I love elephants.
I love elephants.
Oh no.
I am Edward Snowden.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dumb. It's a dumb thing.
So,
People know
so does Far Cry
Box
take
art's
place in
bad.
Russia?
whatever.
It takes place in the equivalent of
Himalayas.
Tibet.
Oh no, yeah, Tibet.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of Tibet. It's a fictional country, but it's Tibet.
Okay.
I can't wait to see more nipples in the demos that are at E3.
Oh yeah, E3 coming up. What, 2.5 weeks now? About.
Yep.
We're gonna do a live stream cap of that.
And by
Everyone
we,
check
I
it
mean
out.
Brian, because I'll be at work.
What
Yeah,
time does
I
it
actually-
start?
I took work. It's all day. It's all day, baby.
It's gonna be all day that Monday because Nintendo's not having a conference.
Well, I think
Hmm.
Sony's conference is at 6 p.m. and I think the first one is Microsoft.
It's
I think
like
that's at,
Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft,
Ubisoft.
and Sony.
Sony. Yeah.
And we can have a cast like that night once I've kind of taken everything.
Okay.
Like I mean, I'll kind of like to catch it with the Sony's. Like we can actually like, do like a Skype thing where we talk about it if you
We
want
could
to.
do Sony live cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably like what I was thinking. Like this is stuff that we should talk about not on the podcast, but I was thinking not necessarily of like live casting while it's going, but like after it's over, doing a live wrap up.
I mean, we can talk amongst ourselves on
That's
Skype
true.
about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then do a podcast afterward.
That'd just be a long ass podcast because there's like 4 conferences worth of stuff to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I like the idea of doing just one after every press conference. So
But, like-
yeah, Microsoft's is at 9:30 a.m. EA's is at noon. Ubisoft's is at 3, and Sony's is at 6.
Yeah, that's how it usually is.
And then
Hey.
Nintendo doesn't have a press conference, but they've got their Nintendo Direct from
Where they're
E3
gonna,
at
they're gonna
10.
announce, hey, yo, we're gonna make a new Wii U.
Yep, we're jumping ship. We're out.
So why? I mean, why EA and Ubisoft, Brian? What lets them have a conference?
They're two of the
They-
biggest
They
publishers,
they have the money to do it.
and they have the money,
That's really what it comes down to.
and they have the games.
Look, EA's press conference is always really disappointing, and Ubisoft's conference is always really, really cool. So,
Or really, really bad.
well, okay, they had a run of really, really bad ones, but the last 2 years have been like
Excellent.
incredible.
Yeah. Watch Dogs being announced at 1.
The Division being
Crazy.
announced.
The Division. Alicia Tyler. No, what's her name?
Aisha Tyler,
Aisha Tyler. Okay.
she's just wonderful.
She's great and tall.
Yeah.
She's a tall lady.
So yeah, I don't know if either of you guys are gonna be down to, but I'm gonna be doing it.
I probably can't. Consider I just took 3 days off not too long ago. Probably can't work that.
I took 4 days off for this weekend, and they still gave me the 1 day off.
Maybe. I will think.
Well,
I'll
But
think.
mine's a part-time job, so
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the difference between part time, full time. We're a little over an hour here, so I want to move on to the next topic.
Yeah, let's-
real quickly. This Peggle thing, Mike.
Yeah.
Can you do this in 5 minutes?
Peggle is really a fun game. That's kind of like Plinko from Price is Right.
which I watch a lot of. I watch
Yeah.
a lot of Price is Right.
And I think EA bought PopCap not too long ago. I think it was like a year ago. And
It was
PopCap
longer than that. It was
2 years ago.
at least when Peggle 2 came out.
Yeah, PopCap made Peggle, Peggle 2, and also Plants vs Zombies, which I
Yeah.
like the game a lot.
Yeah, that
But
game's
apparently in New Zealand they just released a new Peggle game that's free to play on iPad. I'm like, fucking yeah, Peggle, iPad free, let's roll. But the problem is that like if you lose a certain amount of time, so I'm extrapolating from this article, is that you either have to wait a certain time where you can play again, or hey, give us some money, we give you some more lives. How about that? How'd that sound? Which you're like, oh god, no, no.
Yeah.
Meaning, I mean, they managed to fuck up Plants vs Zombies 2 with the same exact shit, like the same exact shit, and fucking up Peggle would just be sad.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was only a matter of time, I guess. What with the free-to-playization of the world.
But some studios do it right, like Riot and Valve.
Yeah, EA does not do it right ever. I don't think they've ever done a free-to-play game right. I mean, Plants vs. Zombies 2 is fine.
Maybe Battlefield Heroes?
Oh, that was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Plants vs. Zombies 2 is good. Dungeon Keeper was an abortion.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It was an abortion.
It was an abortion. I mean, that's really all I have to say about it. It's a shame. What's even more of a shame is they took